So hi guys, welcome. I've just jumped on a couple of minutes early while I wait for some of you guys to pop on and just find myself on my secondary device. Okay, let me have a look. So can you let me know if you can hear me? If you can just say something in the comments so I can look for myself over here. There I am. Okay, can you give me some hearts if you can hear me at all? So hi Daniela, how are you? So welcome everybody. Just giving it a couple more minutes for a couple more crew to jump on. I'm so excited to be here. This is my first time on the Spiritual Events Directory. So hello everybody. Hi Johnny. Hi Kirsty. Oh, you're in Gingin, Queensland. Awesome. I'm in Geraldton, Western Australia. So Perth, you're about 5 hours heading north. So it's only 6 o'clock here. Yeah, so you guys must be 9 o'clock there, right? Okay, so let me do my spiel and introduce myself. So welcome everybody. My name is Jessica Brown. Hi Colleen, aka the Energy Muse. So what do? I am essentially an energy healer. I am a Reiki master, a kinesiologist. I've studied shamanic breathwork. I'm a yoga teacher of 10 or so years, a meditation teacher, holistic counselor. But my main thing is I am a physical empath. So what I do is I receive messages via my physical body and then I channel information behind those messages. So yeah, that's my thing. What I'm gonna do and how I like to start my lives is I like to kind of get us to all sink in so we're feeling, consciously connected, but we're also feeling grounded. So we'll start with just a really brief meditation. Like I'm talking just a few minutes. Actually a pranayama practice, which is kind of which is a meditation within itself, right? And actually before I do that, so the way I do my readings, the way I choose who I'm going to read is, I don't actually go in any particular order. Hey Rach from the UK. Hey Trees. So I don't go in any particular order. I literally just kind of scan the feed and see who lights up. But I will go up and down the feed. So if I scroll past you, I will come back to you eventually. Okay? If I don't get to you tonight, just know that when I'm doing a reading for somebody, there are a lot of that time, because we're a collective consciousness, right? We're all kind of in this group together. So a lot of the time, a message that I'm giving somebody will resonate and be for you as well. Okay, hi Olive. So stick around too, because I'll do a card for the group at the end. So I'll do a group card. If you would like a card pull, then just let me know. If you have any questions, keep them really specific, because when on my devices, I can't see anything past like a paragraph. Okay, the more specific your question, the more specific your answer will be. Okay, so let's all chill out. Let's all become unified together. And let's start by closing. So we're literally going to be here for about 5 minutes, okay? So for those who are impatient for a card, hi Carmel, hi Amanda. This is going to be a really great thing, because at the moment, who's feeling stressed, anxious, and ungrounded, right? Hi Susan from Sydney. Actually, my family are in Narooma, so down south of Sydney. I grew up down there. Anyway, I digress. So how many of us are feeling really anxious, right, with what's going on at the moment? We're also up in our minds and we're very disconnected from the physical body, because there's a massive feeling of uncertainty, right? No one knows what's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a pranayama practice called Nadi Shodhana. Okay, so this practice is a really amazing way to calm the nervous system. Okay, we literally switch on the parasympathetic nervous system. So we go from that fight and flight, which is base chakra stuff, right? That's survival mode. And we're so much in survival mode at the moment, aren't we? So we want to flip that and come into that rest and digest. We want to switch on that parasympathetic nervous system, and we want to allow ourselves to feel calm, to feel connected, and to feel kind of like we're in our bodies and we're in this human experience together. Okay? So close your eyes, feel your feet on the floor for me. Or whether if you're sitting, just really feel your sit bones connected to the earth. And let's place one hand on our lower belly to begin with. Actually, you can place a hand on your heart space as well. So we want to make sure that we're not predominantly breathing in the upper chest, because that kind of fuels that fight and flight energy system. So place your hand on your lower belly and hand on your heart. And then as you breathe in through your nose, feel the lower belly expanding out. So feel your hand pushing away from your belly. And then as you exhale, feel your hand pushing back, pulling back in towards your belly. So let's breathe in, push the hand away. And as we breathe out, pull the hand back in. Feel the upper chest quite still at the moment. So breathing in, think of Santa Claus belly as we breathe in. Supermodel belly as we breathe out. So take 2 more rounds of connecting the brain into the deep body. So breathing in and breathing out. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Good. And now take your 2 peace fingers to the third eye chakra. Place your thumb on your left nostril and just rest your ring finger on the left nostril. Relax the elbow down, relax the shoulder. And now let's breathe in through the right nostril for 3, 2, 1. Close off the right and then exhale through the left for 3, 2, 1. Inhale left for 3, 2, 1. Exhale right for 3, 2, 1. Inhale right for 3, 2, 1. Exhale right for 3, 2, 1. Now just keep following this pattern of breathing. Making sure you're feeling grounded into the sit bones. And you're keeping dropping that breath down deep into your belly. Relaxing your jaw, softening your lips, your shoulder, your elbow. Feel free to lengthen that inhalation and exhalation, but keeping them even. Many benefits to the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama practice. But not only does it alleviate stress and anxiety, but it also helps strengthen your lung capacity. How important is that right now, guys? It regulates your body temperature, switches on that rest and digest. It brings the left and right hemispheres of the brain into homeostasis. And the more you practice this, the more you do this, it allows you to start becoming less reactive to your external environment. longer you practice it, the more you practice it, it calms your emotions. So just take a few more rounds for me. Last 30 seconds here. So as the body starts to calm, as the mind starts to soften, our blood pressure lowers, our heart rate then lowers. Kind of, we feel a little bit softer, right? Take your last round, and then keeping your eyes closed, lower your hands down onto your lap. And now let's all take a big deep breath in and lift your shoulders to your ears. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, then sigh out through your mouth, through pursed lips. And as you do that, drop the shoulders down from your ears. We're going to do that 2 more times. So the more sound we make with that out breath, the more healing, the more releasing that is for us. So breathe in, exaggerate. Sigh. And with that sigh, it's kind of like we're taking, we're pulling the air out, and with that air is your day, the stress of your day. So you're giving yourself permission to release. So one more time, let's breathe in, inhale. And then exhale, lean into that out breath. Notice how good it feels to breathe out. So let's do it one more time. Breathing in. Breathing out, and maybe move your head a little bit from side to side. Let's get started. So, how are we all feeling now? Can you notice whether you're feeling a little bit calmer? So the more you practice that, the easier it will get, and the more the quicker the brain will link in to that beautiful connection, that practice. Okay, so the best time to do that is, the thing about breath work, you're walking around with it all day, so you can kind of do it whenever you want. But I would recommend starting doing it 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in your evening, okay? The left side of the left nostril connects to the right hemisphere of the brain, right? So that's our cooling system. That's the softness. That's that beautiful energy of that feminine. When we're in the right nostril, that's heating, that's fire, that's that competition and that forcing and that pushing. So let's say, for example, you are really strung out and you're not sleeping and you're just in your head, then close off your right nostril and just take about 5 minutes of breathing in through the left. Or if you're feeling really lethargic and you're really unmotivated and you're just feeling like you just really can't be bothered with life, close off the left and breathe in through the right. And then that's going to give you more energy, okay? So just notice throughout your day where you're predominantly breathing, because you will be more in one side than the other. Okay. Carolyn says, a positive card, please. That I cannot guarantee you, Caroline. Sorry. But I will give you a card. So let's have a look at Caroline. So just know that, because I'm working with the tarot cards today, so the more they work better when you've got a specific question. Okay, so this is for Caroline de la Riva. And I'm sorry if I just butchered your name, Caroline. I should have pinned you because now I can't find you again. Where are you, my love? You're lost in the abyss now. Okay, never mind. So Caroline, oh, Caroline de la Riva. Let's have a card for Caroline today. So feel free to chat amongst yourself in the feed. Let's keep the Corona, the CV chats out of the feed as much as we can, because everyone wants to really be heard, okay? And everyone when they're being heard, they're right. Everyone has their own opinion, and your opinion is right to you. So let's not get into any debates or anything like that around CV, but feel free to share how you're feeling around the epidemic, or around what's going on at the moment, okay? But let's keep out of any opinions or ideas around the virus or about what's happening in the country. Okay, so Caroline, the card for the beautiful Caroline. Okay, this is a beautiful card for you. And as I'm feeling into your energy, I'm feeling a lot of energy in your solar plexus at the moment. So, that's where we hold a lot of that's like our digestive processes. That's where we hold a lot of our motivation, and that's where we hold a lot of our fear as well. So a lot of anxiety can sit there. So I'm feeling like there's a little bit, I actually feel there might be something going on for you, Caroline, around your digestive system. And I want to ask you about what your diet's been like at the moment. Are you stress eating? Because I feel that you might be prone to kind of, looking for external ways to manage your stress and to manage how you deal with situations and circumstances. So the card that I pulled for you today, it's a little bit hard to see without lighting, right, is the Death card. Okay, now this gets kind of a bad rap because of the way it looks, but death it's kind of like, it's a rebirth card. It's amazing card for releasing the old and moving into something new, right? And look at what's going on in the world right now. It's such an amazing time and opportunity to release old ways of living and old ways and ideas and concepts that we have held on to, and now we need to shift into something brand new, because what we used to know is no longer, okay? So we have to allow ourselves to feel situations die. So we're thinking, say, like jobs as a prime example. I know a lot of us are losing employment, and there's a lot of fear around that. But let me just turn that off. I do feel, turn off. So and I am drawn a lot as I look at this card, because the thing about tarot is I can look at the same card and I can be drawn to one specific thing, and then as we're talking I get drawn to other things, and that kind of takes me on a bit of a journey. But I am drawn to a lot of the black on the card. So I feel like it's really important right now for you, Caroline, to be looking after your mental health. It's really important for all of us to be looking after our mental health, but I want you to recognize when you're starting to dive deep into a bit of a cave, and I want you to recognize when old shadows are coming up and where old fear patterns are coming up, and how we're being triggered around fear patterns, because I do feel that that's what might be going on for you. But as I'm talking about that, Caroline, and as I'm looking at the card, you know where I'm drawn to? I'm drawn to not only, so I'm going through the dark, but I'm drawn to the sun. And this sun, as I look at it and I'm in your energy, the sun is rising. Okay, so when the sun sets, it tells me that we're looking like the day's gone, but the sun is rising. So that tells me, and I feel for you, Caroline, that there is light at the end of the tunnel for you, and there is a new day coming for you, a new dawn coming. Okay, so I want you to know that it is going to get better. Things are going to get better. I want you to look after your diet a little bit better. Start putting things like some lemon juice in your water, or even like I've got some ginger in my water. And that's going to help with not only physically digesting food and whatnot, but when we're in this energy center, it can also help us digest life. It can also help us feel more at ease with what life throws at us and what life brings us. Okay? I hope that has resonated, and I hope that's helped, Caroline. Let's have a look. Okay. So Amy Thomas, let me see if I can, oh Lord. Okay, I can't do that. I've gone into someone's page. I don't want that. I'm not tech savvy, guys. Not tech savvy at all. Oh, and I've lost her. as I was trying to go into a page. Oh, where are you, Amy? Okay, let me see. Pin comment. Perfect. Okay, Amy Thomas. I like to write the name down because it allows me to feel into your energy a little bit better, or a little bit more. Keep in mind, guys, that these are quick snippet readings. They're literally 5-7 minute reading, 5 to 7 minute readings. So, you know, you can only dive so deep into a mini reading. So please jump on my website, www.theenergymuse.com.au, if you'd like a more in-depth reading. Amy Thomas, could I please have a reading, please? And feel free to let me know in the comments to validate readings. Amy, I'm feeling drawn to your throat chakra. So as I'm in your energy, there's a lot going on in your throat at the moment. And I'm actually even having trouble swallowing. So I'm just going to grab a sip of water. It's interesting that father energy is coming through for me at the moment. So what's going on with your father at the moment? So when you have a question and I tune into your energy, it's not always going to be exactly around, like, spirit just bring information through as to what it is that you need to hear. And so spirit are wanting to know and ask about your father. Is there like a reconnection happening or a disconnection or something going on with your dad, Amy? Okay, so could I please have a reading? Will I relocate or stay where you are? Okay, so the card I've pulled for you, my love, is you're going to stay where you are. Okay, we've got the Four of Swords. So the Swords energy is, so this is the element of air, okay? This is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. If it's not your sun sign, it could be your rising or your moon. Now, when we're in swords, it's a lot about, swords is like cognitive thinking. It's our thoughts. It's also our communication, which is interesting that when I'm feeling into your energy, I'm just feeling a major block in your communication center. So have a look at this beautiful card. And while the swords can sometimes get a bad rap, this card is about literally staying still. It's about going within. And it's kind of like a meditation card, to be honest. It's like you're being told to just, I want to say chill the fuck out, but I'm not going to swear on this. It's like, you know, forget about what's going on around you. Forget about what's going on outside of you. Right now isn't the time for you to take action. So right now isn't the time for you to move house. Right now isn't the time for you to create big shifts or big moves. Oh, can you hear all my dogs? Bless them. So literally staying put. Okay, I also feel too, as I look at this card and as I'm in your energy, Amy, I feel like you might be going through some kind of spiritual, not so much an awakening, but, you know, there's going to be some spiritual insights coming through for you in this period of rest, in this period of going within. Because, you know, it's all well and good to be asking and receiving information and advice, but, you know, you're your best guide. You're your best psychic. When you take that time and you sit and you go within, that's when you're going to get the information. If you're quiet enough and you're able to calm the mind, so you'd start with the alternate nasal breath, and then you sit in your space and you're sitting in your meditation practice, that's when you'll get downloads. Because I do feel like you are quite connected. You might even have mediumship abilities as I'm talking to you, and I'm feeling into the stained glass window, which for me is coming through as some mediumship abilities. So you've got this ability to connect. You've got this ability to do that, but I just feel like you haven't, I don't know if you've connected into that or not. But anyway, your answer to your question is no, it is not a great time for you to move. And even feeling into your right knee, I'm feeling a lot of tension and pain in the right knee. That could be where your dad's coming in too, because when we're in the knee, when we're in the right side of the body, that's masculine energy. And when I'm in the lower extremities, that's when I'm into our base, and that's when I'm into childhood stuff. Okay, so interesting to get some what's that word I'm after? When you're giving me feedback. Feedback around that. So, I hope that's been helpful for you, Amy. Let's keep moving. I'm going to unpin comment. So feel free, guys, to give me some feedback in the comments. So Melissa Woods, Tridenti. Melissa, wow, I've never seen the name spelt like that before. That's so unusual. But that kind of sits in with your energy that I feel as well. You're very different, my love. You have a different way of seeing things, a different way of doing things. I am feeling into your anxiety, and I'm feeling it here. You've got a big block. So the way, like, I feel anxiety, it's really funny. Like, everyone thinks if you're anxious, everyone's going to feel anxiety the same. Hell no. There's obviously different varying degrees of anxiety, but I feel it, I feel it very different on everybody's body and where they're carrying it. And you, Melissa, I'm feeling, you know, a lot of anxiety here. So there's a block from your solar plexus energy up into your heart space. So that's where a bit of your depression's coming from. There's that disconnection from heart, because that block I'm feeling here isn't allowing that energy to flow. Okay, so you know where you've got the ribs, and so get your fingers and travel up through the ribs. And then we get into this area here, and this is called the CV, the central vessel. And this is actually connected to the amygdala, which is in the limbic system. And that's the fight and flight energy centers. That's when you're kind of, you know, when you're walking through the bush and you see a stick and you're like, oh, fuck, you think it's a snake? Okay, that's your amygdala switching on to protect you to get the hell out of there, okay? So, but unfortunately, that fight and flight, that amygdala switches on all the time. Even when we're stuck in traffic, we can be like, and we've got that cortisol now running through the body. And if we're not aware of it, which probably 90% of the time we're not, it stays in there. And that's a breeding ground. It's creating stress, anxiety, and tension. And you're in that fight and flight for a lot of your day. So it's so important to consciously take major chunks out of our day to just sit in our space and just friggin' breathe. Okay, Melissa? So this isn't just for Melissa. This is for the collective. This is for all of us sitting in this space tonight. And as I'm feeling your energy, my love, I feel that, you know, you are really a chest breather. And so you're up in your chest as well. So not only do you have this block, so disconnecting you from your heart, you're also, you know, fueling that by breathing into your heart space. And you know what? Can you see my shoulders doing this as I'm feeling into you? There's like a lot of stress and tension in your body. So it's like, you know how we did that at the end of the meditation? It's like breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Breathe it out, breathe it out. So consciously lift and then drop it away. Consciously breathe in and then drop it away. But place the fingers there and just lightly tapping, some light tap, or even just have the fingers there and just breathe into that space and have the visualization that as you're breathing out through your mouth, whatever, you know, intuitively comes to you. I love to use the analogy, like when I'm releasing anxiety or fear, you know, the dude off the Green Mile, when he exhales and there's all those swarm of, I think they're black flies coming out. What I like to do is I visualize that stress, anxiety, fear, or tension is those black flies, and they're leaving my body. I'm calm, I am connected, I am present. And as I'm doing that, as I'm saying that I'm breathing out, and that energy is releasing my body. And you know, you could also use some beautiful grounding oils for this as well, with some, you know, some beautiful relaxing, calm music. So, sorry, I got massively sidetracked there. So Melissa wants to know, is she going to recover? Oh, Lord. Give me one sec. Oh, ouch, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Did you hear me just bang my head? Far out. Okay, so I got two cards, two jumpers. Interesting. Okay, so the first card I got here is the moon. So this is, you know, the moon is kind of like, this is the card of Pisces. Okay, so we're in water energy here, which is your emotions, right? The moon is kind of the card about deep diving into our subconscious. It's a card of the night. So, you know, you're being told to listen to your dreams, pay attention to your dreams. You know, but there is a lot of subconscious processes that we need to go through. And I'm really drawn into the crayfish here. So the crayfish, when I'm looking at this, is, you know, you're really, really, really in the depths of your, you know, your processes and your shadow kind of stuff. But this card came out in the reverse. Okay, so the way I'm reading this reversal for you is the fact that, you know, this is a deep dive and this is actually depression. So, you know, the moon means different things to, you know, whoever's sitting in front of me. But for you, yeah, this is definitely about and calling into your depression. but I am also drawn to the sun and the moon, that connection there. So I do see that there is a dawn coming for you. I do see, because I'm drawn, I am now, as I'm talking and feeling into your energy, I'm feeling into a lot of the yellow. But it's not going to happen by, you know, by just feeling and wanting it to happen. You've really got to dive in and do the work. It's important that you're taking care of yourself, that you're taking care of your environment and what you're putting in your body. So that's just not food. That's the thing, the music we're listening to, the people we're associating with. So every single thing is energy, and energy affects us. So I'm not saying that, and I'm not downplaying this whatsoever, but I'm saying that even if you're taking medication at the moment, which I feel like you are, we need to supplement chemical stuff with also our environmental stuff and also the holistic stuff as well. It's important that we create a nice balance there. The second card that came out was the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups, the Ace is it's always signaling a new beginning. It's always signaling that there's something really amazing and positive that's coming into your life. And Cups is the energy. Again, we've got water energy here, and again, Pisces energy. It's like, and Cancer energy too, but it's like your cup is overflowing here. This is all heart space and heart centered. Again, this came out in the reverse. So it's literally like your cup isn't, you're not filling your cup first. You're filling everybody else's cup around you first. And notice that your cup is, it's when it's in the upright, we're able to fill our cup, and we're able to fill our cup with so much love, so much compassion, so much spiritual energy and awareness that it is overflowing. When it's upside down in the reverse, you're not able to fill your cup up. You're not able to feel or to nurture yourself because you're busy giving your energy elsewhere and to other people. I want to know what the relationship is if you're in a partnership as well. I want to know, because that's coming through for you as well. So whether you're in a partnership now, or if you're not, if there's a partnership that's just if you've come out of a partnership, but I'm being called into someone around you that I feel might not be really helping you in your energy right now. So really pay attention to your energy, pay attention to how you're feeling and how you're being affected by other people. But I do feel, because I am looking at the yellow, I am drawn to the yellow in both these cards. So I do feel like it is going to get better, but it might not be for an immediate period now. So it's important for you to reach out and to see counselors, to speak to people, to let people know how you're feeling. I am feeling a lot of pain in your lower back too as I'm connecting into your energy, Melissa. So this is where we kind of hold a lot of fear, because I'm right in your kidneys here as well. So I would recommend a really gentle yoga practice, even like a yin yoga practice, to help you release stuck energy in your connective tissues, but also to help ground you back in your body, because you are disconnected from your body. Okay, so I hope that has helped, Melissa. Hi, Kim. So Amy says, thank you so much. Today isn't a good day. Yeah, I can feel that, babe. It is, it's a heavy day for you today. But, you can shift that energy. We can all shift our energy, right? Because the way we think creates the way we feel. The way we feel creates what we're bringing into our environment. So the way we think, the way we feel creates the way, creates what's happening and going on in our life. So, and this is for all of us. When you start noticing, or if you start, if you're sitting and you're all of a sudden like, shit, I'm really thinking some dark shit here, switch it. So a tool that I like to give people is, I like to say, it's like, I want you to think of, say, 5 things, and you put them, put them in your bank of, 5 of the most amazing things that have ever happened in your life that have filled you with a sense of joy, love, or gratitude. Like something that has brought you to your knees in joy, love, and gratitude, where you've literally been like, oh my God. Okay, so the reason I say think of 5 things, because when you're in that moment, you're like, fuck, I can't believe I'm thinking that. It's like, oh, I got to try and think of something good, something really good. So, but then that's going to create ruminating thoughts, and you're going to go down another rabbit hole. Whereas if you've got those 5 things that you're connecting to, and you can instantly go, I'm going to grab that, I'm going to grab that, I'm going to grab that. We're just using that thought as an energy to grab. So just say, for example, the most amazing day of your life was the day your child was born. So I want you to go back to that moment where you're in the delivery room and you're seeing your newborn baby for the first time. Now, I want you to think about that experience. So obviously, use that as an example. Think of that experience, and then notice how you're feeling, right? Because the subconscious can't differentiate between the now and the then. Okay, so straight away, you're going to be brought into that moment of heart feels, okay? And then let that moment go and feel into your heart. Feel into your heart, okay? And then, so that's how we're switching that negative thought, that negative frame, into a positive. We're reframing it, okay? And it just takes practice. So we call that your positive bank of thoughts. So write them down. So they're your go-to. So when you're feeling, really down, it's like, but the important thing to do is you've got to connect into the energy of the moment. So that's going to really help you cement that emotion, that feeling, and that thought into the body. And the more you do this, the quicker you'll get it and the better you'll get at it. And, we're rewiring the brain there. We're retraining the brain to stop thinking negatively and to start thinking more positively. It's a really powerful tool. Okie dokie. Let's have a look now. So Joanne Dunmore Reardon. Joanne, are you still with me, Joanne? Joanne Dunmore Reardon. Joanne says, could I please have a reading? I really want to breathe out through my mouth for you, Joanne. Why am I thinking of plants and flowers right now? So are you into gardening, or have you just been gifted some plants or some flowers? If there's no to those, then I feel like you might be a bit ungrounded. I feel like your work is shifting a little bit too, Joanne. What's happening with your work at the moment? There might be some restructuring going on in your job, because I'm feeling into your lower back as well, to be honest. So justice is about, so this card comes up, so it can be like a literal version of legal contracts, and this is a card of Libra. So it's an air sign as well. So if it's not Libra, we're looking at Gemini, or we're looking at Aquarius. So, there might be legal documents coming up for you, things like that. But really, Justice card, it's kind of about having to make a decision. And it's kind of, and around having to make a decision, there also needs to be some balance in your life. So, but this card came in upside down. So when I look at this card and when I feel into your energy, I feel like, now isn't the right time for you to make a decision. Now isn't the right time for you to be making any big moves in your life, or making any rash decisions, or doing any rash changes. I feel like it's a time for you to just really surrender to the now moment, to allow yourself to go with the flow. But, there does need to be a bit more balance going on for you in your life. And I feel like I'm really drawn into his red cloak here. I'm really drawn into that. So I'm wondering what's going on, if there's anything going on in your cycle that might need, if there's any inconsistencies or something going on with your menstrual cycle or anything like that, or with the, blood in your body. But I am also being drawn into the green in his coat. I wish you could see this probably. So I'm being drawn into the green in the coat. And as I'm looking at that, I am feeling into the energy of plants as well. So I do feel like you do need to be more grounded. There needs to be more balance in your life. Physical, emotional, and mental balance, because there does feel like, there's some instability for you at the moment. And that could be around your work, about restructuring around your job or around your work. I've lost you in the comments. Yeah, I don't know where you've gone. I must have pinned you properly. Also too, around this sense of balance and around this sense of, you know, grounding, I'm being drawn to the crown here. And the crown, when we're in, this is a lot of ego stuff. So when it's upside down, you're kind of being told to drop your ego, to drop, and you know, the ego gets a bad rap, but it's literally just our personality. So it's kind of, you know, you're kind of being, you know, advised to let go of old ways of thinking, let go of how you think things should be, and just, again, like I was feeling into before, go with the flow. Allow yourself to be open to the way things are being presented to you, as opposed to having an idea about how things should be presented to you, or how things should should look that are presented to you. I also want you to be careful of your knee and your right knee and your right ankle, because I do feel a lot of energy on the outside edge of your right knee. So here, yep, outside edge of your right knee. So I want you to be careful watching where you're walking. And I want you to look after your joints a little bit better too. This could be where that blood is coming into. You know, that could be that lack of nutrient-rich blood getting to the joints, getting to the connective tissue around the knee joint, because I'm feeling into it a little bit more as I'm in your energy and as I'm talking to you. So maybe taking some supplements for your joints, like some turmeric or some fish oil or things like that, and maybe even stretching out the knee a little bit, like when we're like laying in bed or standing up, drawing the heel towards the butt. Okay, Joanne? Hope that's helped you. Melissa says, yes, definitely spot on. It makes a whole lot of sense. I'm in the process of trying to face traumas that I've intentionally been blocking for years. Oh, Melissa, that's amazing. Well done for you. It's so, the healing stuff, like deep diving into the shadow stuff, it is so shit. It is, you know, spiritual awakening, or it is just, it's never ever love and light. Honestly, it's the real spiritual awakening comes, the real shedding and releasing comes when we kind of are in the depths of our despair, in the depths of our stuff. So with the collective and what's going on at the moment, so many of us are going to be brought into the depths of our stuff, into our subconscious programs, into our patterns, into fear, ways of thinking. So there's going to be so many opportunities to allow ourselves to deep dive and to look at where that fear is coming from. Because we don't always have to know, okay? We just need to know that it's there and that we need to release it. Okay? Hey, Jody Child. I'm going to give you a card because you're looking straight at me. I'll go back up the feed after this, so stay with me, guys. And hang around, we've got a group card at the end. Jody Child. Jodes, I want to call you Jodes. Is that all right? So I've got a really bad habit of nicknaming everyone. Some people might be offended by that. There's opportunity for some healing in that? No. I've got a lot of Jody friends actually, so I think that's where it's coming from. But Jodes, as I'm in your energy, you know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling your hips, babe. I'm feeling here. So excuse me. Oh, there's no camel toe there. I'm feeling here and here. So I'm right into hip area. And so before I even pull a card, a really great exercise, stretch for you to do is, so imagine I'm laying down. So if you don't have that flexibility, I'm going to turn. If I come tits up, that's going to be hilarious because I'm sitting on a chair, obviously. So flex the foot, protect the inner ankle, lift, pull in. Now you want to make sure that you're grounded and the back is long. If this is too much, just lay on your back and do it. And we're lifting and we're drawing in, and that's going to release where I can feel that through the piriformis. So right through there, okay? The other, again, and if you're super tight in your hips, which I reckon you are, so it's the same, but look a bit different. So you might just be, you know, if you're laying down your back, which I recommend, so instead of being able to come here, you might just be here or here, and you're just pulling that in. So start doing that for me, Jody. I'm just going to write your name down to release, because you've got some emotional holding patterns going on. Yeah, you got some stuff there, my love. You got some emotional holding patterns on from childhood. I can't see your profile. Have you got a son? Is there something going on for you at the moment with your son? And if it's not a son, it might be a daughter. I can't even see your picture. You might be like 12. I can't see. You know, it can be if it's a girl. If you've got a daughter or something, it could be she's quite masculine. But I feel like there's something going on with a child around you with son energy. So if you haven't got kids, it could be a nephew. It could be a girlfriend, a godson, or something like that. Okay, there she is. Oh, that's good. I can scroll down and then hopefully I can see more comments. Look, I'm so not tech savvy, guys. It's amazing that I'm even on here knowing how to turn shit on. Okay. Jodes. Oh, love it. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. Hanged Man. Look at it. Wow, so good. Let me just check something. No, it's good. I'm like, fuck, all the cards are coming out in the reverse. I'm like, imagine if I had the pack upside down. Okay, Hangman. Let's look at this bad boy here, okay? This is one of the, this is a really spiritual card in the deck. This is the card. So we've got the Death card. We've got the Tower card. What have we got? We got Death, we got Tower, we got the Hangman. These are transformational cards. This is a really spiritual card, but it's a card about transformation. It's a card about spiritual awakening as well. So look at him. But essentially it's a card in the upright about it's time to not make any movement. It's time to go within. It's time to meditate. And when you go within, you will create, or you'll feel into, like there'll be an awakening, there'll be an aha moment, there'll be a realization. But for you to get the realization, you need to drop into stillness. You need to allow yourself, it's kind of like a meditation card as well. But I got it in the other way. I got it in the reverse. Okay, so to me, the energy of this is just like, it's not really a time for you to, I do feel like it is a time for you to not do anything massive. I don't feel like it's the right time for you to make any big changes. I don't feel like it's a time for you to move this or move that or move this. But I do feel like you're being told that you need a better meditation practice. I feel that you're in your head too much. So look at him here. So you're in the reverse. Babe, you're in your head a lot. There's a lot of overthinking going on. There's a lot of, because this is where I'm drawn to. I'm drawn to the yellow. So it's like, literally your head is like boom, so much going on up in your head. Let's ground it, because as I'm reading into it, I'm feeling into your hips, and I'm also feeling into and seeing this color red. So you're ungrounded, you're overthinking, and I want you to, just calm your farm and just settle into your space and know that everything is going to be good. Everything's going to be all right for you. Like, I don't feel like there's massive major anxiety for you, but I do feel like you do have there's a lot of overthinking going on for you. And you know what else you do? You tend to second guess yourself a lot. So I talk fast when I'm channeling. When you're making a decision or when you're doing something, you'll make it, but then you'll spend a bit of time ruminating, if that's a word, on it, and then you'll make the decision, and then you'll second guess yourself. Okay, so as I'm looking at this yellow, I'm also drawn into your solar plexus, so your Manipura chakra. It's like you need to pull your power back and know that you are stronger than you think you are, but I want you to notice and realize that your personal power is that you are, I want you to work on your confidence and building up that personal power, because because it's like, that second guessing yourself is you giving that personal power away. It's you like kind of, giving it to other people, to the ether. It's like, okay, pull it back, work on your self-esteem and work on that sense of feeling, knowing that when you're calm and when you're grounded, you are making the right decisions. You're also not drinking enough water, because I am feeling quite thirsty in your energy. Okay, how much time have we got? See if we can get a couple more in before we do a group card. So Melissa says, I hope to catch you early. Do you have a set time, or do you do a live? This is kind of when I'm going to come on, because I'm in WA and I need to give crew time to get home from work. Well, so because it's 6 o'clock here, but If the majority of you guys are over east, then I might see if Sarah can bring me in a bit earlier. So let me know if there's times that suit. But I am every Thursday evening, okay? Okay, let me just scroll back up the feed for crew that have stayed with me. Karina McGrath. Hi, I'm new here. That makes 2 of us, my love. Where have you gone? Pin? Okay, there you are. Could I have a card, please? Yes, you can, because I love that beautiful butterfly you've put there. I'm getting here in W. Oh, you're in Mandurah. My cousin lives in Mandurah. My cousin-in-law. Shout out to you, Shelley. Nadine Can. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Karina McGrath. Let me have a card for you. Let's have a look. What's going on with Karina? Okay, there's some energy here, Karina. There's some energy stuck around your left shoulder. Now, I don't always get my left and my right because I'm a group fitness instructor of 20 years. So not yoga as well, but group fitness. So you know how you teach opposites? So if I'm driving and someone will be like, turn right, I'm like, I gotta think about that. So, but normally I'm pretty spot on. So I'm feeling a knot. So, turn. My body's so old. So here, okay, I'm feeling like if you haven't got a physical knot there yet, babe, it's coming. Because what happens in the way that spirit works is they'll bring it, Jesus, I'm bright, aren't they? I should turn that light on. Is they'll bring it into our aura, and when we're not connected, when we're not present, and we're not receiving the message, they'll keep bringing it into the next level, the next layer, and then they'll go boom, they'll bring it onto the physical body where we just cannot ignore it, right? So it's like, so that's a knot, that's a good knot. Suggestion, grab a tennis ball, chuck it in a pillowcase, throw it over your back, lean up against a wall, roll around until you feel right there when you get this knot, if you don't already have it, and then press against it like a pressure point. If you want to go deep diving and go real intense, chuck it on the ground and roll onto it there. But this is stress. This is collective stress. This is the CV stress for you. So I'm feeling it here. Another suggestion is sitting cross-legged and palm is facing up, and you're going to sit it under your bum. So get in there good. That sounded bad. Like onto the bum cheek. Lift up and then breathe in. Actually, this is for everybody. Like everyone should do this. Sitting at your desk, like sitting wherever you're going to sit. Lift up and then breathe in. And then breathe out through your mouth. And then gently bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. And then because it's around the back, so we're feeling that there, right? Let's bring the chin more towards this collarbone. So we're coming forward and then it's like boom, right there, right? So make sure we're not pulling, we're just resting. Am I yelling? I feel like I'm shouting. Chin down there and then just breathe for me. Breathe. And then again, give this tension, give this stress, give it a physical, like give it something. Make it look like something. Make it look like whatever stress looks like to you. It could be, black tar, black smoke or anything. And I want you to, while you're doing this with your eyes closed, you're breathing in and as you breathe out through your mouth, feel it releasing. And you can even do this with that tennis ball, like that. Breathing in, releasing. And then a little shoulder roll, neck rub. Okay, shake it out. Okay, I need a sip of water. Okay. Corinne, you got the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands. So we've had a lot of air and water signs, which is to be expected because that's thoughts and feelings. So we're in fire energy. So what do we got here? We got Aries. Oh, I've had the biggest mental blank. Aries, Aries, Sagittarius, and it'll come to me. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh my gosh, that's going to really do my head in now. Leo. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So 2 of Wands. When we get a 2 in the tarot, it's kind of it's always about making a decision. So it's like we've got a decision to make. So this could be about your work. Fire energy is always kind of, it's usually about our job, our work, our career. It can be about the physical body as well. But you can see that he's standing there and he's got one in front and one behind. And he's looking out at the world. Okay, so there's decisions that you need to make. These aren't super intense decisions. It's not like you've got the swords or anything like that. It's about, you know, should I go that way or should I go this way? But you've literally got the world in your hands. So this is actually a really great manifestation card as well. So the Magician is a great manifestation card too. So, and also the High Priestess, but this is a really good one as well, particularly when it comes to your finances and your work. Okay, so this is about, to me, I feel like Karina, this might be around your work. And I feel that there is some emotions around that because I'm connected to, I'm feeling into the water, but I'm also looking at your house. And whenever we see a house or I see that home, I kind of feel like that's a good fortune card. But this is also, so when you're making that decision, isolation or whatever it is, the imminent isolation that we're going to be doing, let's make sure that we're not just sitting, watching Netflix and eating all our shit that we have, our rations. I ran and stockpiled some freaking blocks of chocolate and they freaking lasted, a day, and I'm eating a block of chocolate. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even love chocolate. What am I doing? So it's so interesting. I noticed where some of my triggers and my fears came up and how I'm like, I'm feeling so good. I'm not anxious. I'm not stressed. I'm just inhaling a block of chocolate for no reason. I'm like, ooh, this is how I'm dealing with this stress. So look at ways and opportunities, like look for your triggers. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about because I've got another. Yeah, no, it's okay. Okay, so Karina, we've got a couple of cards here. We've got the Queen of Wands, Boss Bitch. Really, this is the card of the boss. This is you. So when we've got the Queens, the Court card, so it can either be representing of someone around you or a personal aspect of yourself. For you, I feel like it's you. It's a personal aspect of yourself. It's about taking action. It's about really being in charge. Because when we look at the Court cards, we've got the Page, which would be like a waiter. We've got the Knight, which would be the maitre d', or the Page would be the person that the Page would be the waiter. The Knight would be the person that is maybe serving your drinks. The Queen is the manager, and the King is the owner. So Queen of Wands again, that fire energy. It's like you have, this is for me telling you to get moving, okay? Make sure that you're not being too stagnant. It's also, I'm feeling and drawn into that sunshine as well. So I really do feel you've got some beautiful energy there. I'm wondering if you've got a cat, because I'm looking and really being filled into the energy of this cat. But you are looking towards, and we've got the Three of Wands, which is interesting because we just had the 2, but it's in reverse. So it's like you're wanting to take action. You're the boss, and this is kind of one of the biggest boss cards in the deck. You're not the king, but you're definitely holding a lot of clout. So this is an action and movement around work, but you're looking towards the Three of Wands, and that's about waiting for your ship to come in. You've made the decisions, you've sown the seeds from the card, from the Two of Wands, and you're now waiting for that card to come in. But it's in reverse, so it's kind of like whatever's going on in your work for you at the moment, it's going to be slower than you think. Stuff is going to slow down. I wouldn't be surprised if you're losing your job or if someone around you is losing your job, because that's the energy I feel. I want you to know that you are still in your domain. This is you hold dominion over everything. So you can only let things affect you as much as you want them to, okay? So making sure that you're in your personal power, you're holding your dominion, and that things, whatever's going on, whatever you're waiting for at the moment, it's going to be slower to come in. But that's okay, because it's in that waiting period that the lessons come through. When we're connected, when we're present, it's the waiting that creates and shows us the lesson. So the waiting is the teacher. So the waiting, that's a gift within itself. So be a bit patient, okay? Okay, guys, so I'm not sure if I'm allowed to run overtime or here, being my first live. What I'm going to do is draw that group card for us now, so give me a second. Now, what deck? Let me go with John Holland. I'm going to read from the book with this card. Okay, I never actually really love to do that, but because it's a group card, and we're going to finish on a ha. Okay. So feel free to follow me on my socials, The Energy Muse, or on Instagram, _Energy Muse. Head to my website, www.theenergymuse.com.au for further insights. I do a lot of online distance readings. That's my thing. Oh my God, this is the best card ever. It's like the world in the tarot. Look at it. It's the universe. The universe, the universe, the universe. But guess what? It was upside down. And actually interesting that New Beginnings came out with it. So, oh my God, we've got the start. This is the Fool, the start of the tarot. So in the original tarot deck, it's like the guy and he's got his like little dog and he's got his knapsack and he's jumping into the unknown. So this is pretty much the universe is first, upside down, and then we've got the New Beginnings after the universe. So the universe card, it's all about, we've gone through the cycle. We've completed, we're at the end of our Fool's journey. We've gone through the whole page of all the lessons of the tarot, and we're at the beginning, and it's so interesting. I don't feel like I even need to read from the book for this. It's so obvious. It's upside down. So the universe, our world as we know it, has been turned on and shifted and turned on its head. It's like, what the effing hell? That's that card. New beginnings. It's like stepping into the unknown. That's 100% what's happening. But the thing is, okay, you're being reminded when we flip, because we still have the energy of the universe. We still have that amazing energy of connection, of cycles, of learning and growth. It's still there. It's just a bit shit, right? But you're being reminded that with the Fool, with the New Beginnings, it's important that we're connected, we're present, and we have an all-knowing. We have so much faith in the higher energies, in the universal energies, that we know that we're stepping into the unknown, but we know that it's going to be okay. We know that we're going to be supported on this journey of the unknown. It's all going to be fine. The way we get through it is by connecting, by grounding, and by being, by talking about our feelings and letting everyone know how we're, letting other people know how you're feeling and how you're processing everything at this time. Have I breathed in an hour? I don't think I have. Let me read that New Beginnings card, and then I'm going to tap out. My girlfriend's doing a beautiful meditation, a chakra, a Reiki healing online at 7. Okay, each and every journey begins with the all-important first step. With this card, when this card presents itself in your reading, it's confirming that it's time for you to take a brave leap of faith. Thank you, universe. But be prepared as you do so. This card represents that a great new adventure is awaiting you. I love it. It usually shows up when there's a significant inner change happening within you. By selecting this card, it's a sign that those important choices are needed and are about to be made, and you should be carefully pondering as you proceed with wisdom, thought, and care. Life is constantly trying to nudge you forward, to nudge you to move forward. At times, it can be daunting when you're faced with a new adventure or direction. So, and again, hello, exactly what's going on. So therefore, it calls for inner belief and courage as you take that leap of faith and step into the unknown. I can't make this shit up, honestly. Sorry. During this time, don't be alarmed if you feel lost or even confused. Most people are afraid of change and they play it safe by staying where they are. Know that through inner guidance and wisdom and a belief in yourself, and by tapping into these tools, you'll be propelled forward on a positive, life-changing path. Don't conform to what society or other individuals expect you to do at this time, or except for the government. We need to conform and do exactly what the government is telling us to do, and don't socialize, except online. It's your own adventure. During this time, be like an innocent child with fresh eyes and give yourself permission to live, play, love, and above all, laugh. Oh my God, guys. Amazing. I love that card for us all, and I love that for this, to finish off this live. So Namaste, love and light. I love you all. Stay safe, wash your hands, don't socialize, and we're all going to get through this together. I'll catch you guys next Wednesday night. Oh no, sorry, backtrack, next Thursday night. And give me some hearts if you enjoyed my live. Otherwise, peace out. See ya.